Hello everyone, and welcome to another story time with When Girls Talk Books. I'm Kylie.
I'm Susie.
And today we're doing A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. Vikings! Yes! Not gonna lie, I saw a convince you to read this book TikTok, and that's what made me choose this. It's like, okay, let's do this. Okay. Start off with star rating.
I gave it 4 stars.
Valid. I gave it 4 stars. Then I finished Bridge Kingdom. So I'm going to mark it down to 3.
Yeah.
The first chapter of that book is crazy, and then it kind of slows down. But then it gets real good.
Okay. Because right now, the other book we're talking about is just like, get in the boat and go here. Get in the boat and go here. Bridge. Snakes. And I'm like, okay. But then this one, every other line, I'll follow you, born in fire. So I get it. Like,
I feel like in this one it was just like, and we're going here.
Freya, born in fire.
Fight. Fate.
Yep.
Fated.
Yep.
Your fate is undecided.
Yep.
Fate. This guy,
fate,
that
fate,
guy.
fate,
Don't
double
no.
fate.
So, I had a hard time following it a little bit. Mostly because I didn't care a whole lot, to be honest. I got a little bit like, okay. So, hey, just gonna say, the names,
of the stories.
So hard. And it's just me. But like I said,
It is hard.
I did start it on Audible, and I could not follow it at all. I could not audio book the beginning of it, because I was doing something else, and I was like, oh well, I'll just get started on it. Could not. These names could not follow. Had no idea what we were talking about, so I had to. Stop that.
I mean, I know who's who, but if this was a movie, I would be screwed.
Yeah,
Try to be like, well, it's just what's his face, and then that's
I know what he looks like. Yep. Fair. Okay, well, let's get into it. We start off with our main character, Freya, who is married to Vragi.
Who is the worst.
He is the worst. He constantly belittles her. He's kind of abusive. He's very arrogant. And their marriage was arranged kind of for wealth, essentially.
Because he's Lord of the Fishes.
Well, they call it something else. Fjord. The fjord of it. Hey, are these names wrong? Probably.
Yep.
Don't read it and you tell me what it says. Anyway, and her dad died on the night of the wedding, which was perceived as like a bad omen of like the marriage, but also because he is the child of a god. He can do no wrong, so it must be something with her.
Right. Okay, yeah, right.
The children of gods, so like it's this ritual where essentially the parents kind of, when they get together, the god blesses the child with a drop of its blood.
It's very, it's giving very Hercules and Zeus vibes. Demigod
Yeah, but then sometimes they know. So sometimes they're having a ménage trois or whatever, but also sometimes they don't know. So then the child develops abilities at some point, and then they're like, I don't know. That's just what it says. So
that's true.
Vragi is a child of a god who gifted him magic of the seas. So he kind of hoards fish, but everyone in the village is fed. So he is kind of seen as like obviously taking care of them, but he's a horrible person. Vragi also kind of mocks Freya for not being able to have a child, which we come to find out she's been using lemon juice to prevent that from happening. To keep her womb empty.
But also, like, you know what? If I was married to that guy, yeah.
Yeah. And during this, she's like cleaning fish or whatever, and that's kind of like her job. And so he threatens her to leave a scar on her face because all she's good for is beauty, but then she won't be beautiful anymore. And
Like, he definitely hates her.
yeah, then he like summons all these fish to like punish her, to like make her job harder. And so then she just starts throwing them back into the water, and she accidentally hits a tattooed attractive warrior.
Oopsie.
And they have a lot of chemistry and banter, and he's very like charming. And then she kind of is like, or he says something like, "I know that you're married," and she's like, "How do you know that?"
Yeah.
And he says, "You have a wedding ring," and he jokes like, "Maybe I'll kill your husband to make you free to like come into my bed or whatever." It's all very like,
and I was like,
and then he like leaves to go to the village. Yeah.
Don't worry, everyone.
He comes back. So, did you have any idea on who this was? The handsome warrior in the water?
Because we've been reading more books now, when this happened, I went, oh, he's gonna be like somebody important's son, and I'll bet he's a warrior or some shit. And then because they kept talking about how perfect he was, I'm like, he's gonna be a god too. He's gonna be some kind of a god.
Yeah.
Oh, I got very excited.
So my theory was, because I kind of went into this blind, knew it was Viking-ish, like maybe he was like an outcast that was gonna like steal her or something.
Oh, I like that too. That's good.
But he did have me, as I put in the group chat when I started this, like, oh my goodness. But anytime you have like either a charming or he's a complete asshole, he's got tattoos and he's got dark hair, he probably has blue eyes, it's like, okay, here's our man here.
Yep.
But it's also complicated because she's married.
Ooh. And I'm so annoying, so I'm like, but if the guy's an asshole, no, she's not. No, it doesn't count.
Don't let your husband prevent you from finding your future husband.
That's right.
She has kind of always had this dream of like joining the army, essentially, and she wants to be a fighter, she wants to be a raider, she wants to be able to earn her own wealth, and we learned that she has a secret that she's not allowed to tell anybody, and her father warned that it must never be discovered, and if it is, it's a big deal, it's a big problem, people would make her life horrible.
Oh no.
So she has a secret, I wonder what it is. A homage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so her brother Gear shows up.
Yeah, her brother.
He is a respected warrior in the village.
Not by Sue.
Yeah. They do kind of have a good relationship to her at that time.
Yes, absolutely.
And then she gets kind of tense when he tells her that the leader of a different town, Jarl Snorri, is speaking with Vragi, and Geir warns Freya that Vragi protects us and he gives us money and so on
he's
and
like,
so forth.
you know, you can feel however you want to feel, but look what he does for this city and look what he does for his village and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Would you look at that?
Yeah. But he looks up to him, essentially, in a way. He wants to be, like, in his crew, is the way that I've always thought of it.
Yeah.
So they are kind of in the town and they encounter Snorri and Vragi and kind of the whole party that came with him, including the women guy. And it's now revealed that he is Bjorn?
Yes.
Who is Snorri's son and heir to their area here. And he is also the child of Tyr, who is... I don't remember. God of Fire.
So I was over here like, so he's an Aries.
Yuck.
Yuck! I've been waiting for my first chance to
Anyway, so Vragi kind of embarrasses her and says that she wants to be a fighter instead of a wife, And Snorri orders Geir to give Freya a sword and then commands
he's
Bjorn
like,
to like
all right,
test her.
you want to fight? Let's go.
Yeah. But then it escalates when Snorri says that it'll be a fight to the death. And Freya agrees. And
because, like, honestly, if I fight to the death or stay married to him,
yeah, bye.
At least I'll go out cool.
Yeah. But correct me if I'm wrong, her dad taught them to fight.
Yes.
From a young age.
Correct.
So then Freya agrees because she knows that if she doesn't, like, it's a bad look.
Yep.
Essentially. And how can she say that she wants to be a warrior
and then back down
from this fight, from this Viking god of a man?
Can you imagine?
No, please don't hurt me.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But he is, like...
scary.
Yeah. He's very intimidating.
Like, we don't know him, so he's scary. Yeah, I'm picturing, 6'5", 250, huge. And you're like, oh, God.
Yeah. So, during the fight, Bjorn kind of initially holds back, and he's kind of uncomfortable about it. But then Snorri...
he's a good guy.
So Freya is outmatched, essentially, and she is scared. And then he's, like, about to have, like, a blow on her.
Because, by the way, he also has an axe made out of fire. So it's, a special steel that's also made out of fire coming at you, swinging. Sorry, I had to paint the accurate picture because, like, it's terrifying.
Yeah. And so he's, like, about to have, like, a final blow on her after they've kind of went around. And in desperation, she calls on the god.
Oh,
Helene,
the goddess, yeah.
Revealing that she has magic.
Protect me.
And it's a shield, essentially, around her of silver light that as soon as he goes to hit her, kind of sends him flying. So then everyone realized that she's the shield maiden, which is the child of the goddess Helene. And Vragi reveals that he already knew. And so this whole thing was just like a ploy to get her to reveal it. And then Snorri explains the prophecy of a shield maiden whose name would be born in the fire of a god, who would be capable of reshaping the future and making...
of the world, and I can rule them all. That's literally Snorri in a nutshell. Just like, wah, my prophecy. Like, I hated this guy.
Yes, it's all coming together. That's literally him, just like scheming a way to take over the world, but using her to do it.
And I pictured him being like I don't know, 5'6", like a very short little man.
5'2",
like
probably 5'2".
A small man who's also very like slender and spindly, but just God.
Yeah. So Snorri declares that he's intent on marrying Freya and using her to unite everybody so he can be the ruler of everybody. Geir
Yuck.
refuses, and he kind of does fight for her in this moment of like, you can't do that.
Oh, right. Well, he like fights. We're like, no, please, your grace, you can't do something like this.
And then Vragi threatens to go and marry, essentially, the girl that he wants to marry.
Oh,
so
yeah,
Ingrid.
and it's her best friend, too. He's like, well, I'm gonna go marry and knock up your best friend.
Yeah, and one of the guards does, like, break his leg or something during this.
Snorri
like,
himself
on the ground.
breaks the brother's leg. Yeah, he just walks right over and just whack.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And then, so to save her brother and her best friend, Ingrid, Freya agrees that she will marry Snorri.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But she also grabs...
So then, as Vragi rides away and he's floating, Freya is pissed. And she steals Bjorn's flaming axe, and it burns her hand like you would not believe. Throws it, and it throws it into the back of his skull and kills him.
It's pure cinema. That's when I was like, all right, I think I can like keep going on this book. All right.
And then she is like, ha! And her hand is just beyond burnt, and Bjorn kind of carries her because she's gonna collapse.
He takes care of her.
And I think he's also during this, he's kind of like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, but also, hey, good on you.
Mm-hmm.
So Freya wakes up, and Bjorn has brought her to Halzar. which is their town, village area, where she meets Yolva, who is Snorri's wife. She's very cold towards her, reasonably so. And Freya gets brought to a healer, and they, like, cover her with moss and stuff, and it's like, it's up to the gods if you heal or not.
Yeah, they have to, like, pray and see if you're seen as worthy of being healed.
Yes. And Bjorn reveals that he understands the pain of fire and he has a scar. And she's like, but I thought that you are, like, immune to the fire. And he's like, not all fire. It's not all Tyr's fire. And then Freya is very much like, what if my hand is ruined? I think I don't like Freya. I'll say it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Especially, I'm so sorry, but I just finished it. Especially compared to the main character in Bridge Kingdom.
Yeah, I'll
Freya's
hop on the
annoying.
soapbox too. I get frustrated when they're trying to make her powerful, but they just make her like she has anger issues and like emotionally unregulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, look, I don't want a bitch to just be mean and unregulated.
Yeah.
I want her to be certified
Mean and vengeful.
badass, like in the other book.
Yeah.
So I have to agree
Well,
with you there.
I'm so sorry, but, like, she's crying because her hand might have a scar on it.
Yeah, that would be the last thing I would cry about. I would just be like, is it going to work again? Like,
Am I gonna be able to use it?
That's all I care about.
And then...
It's like, to know that I didn't bitch slap someone one last time? No, I gotta get back out there.
And then she doesn't even take care of it like she's supposed to.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, she did irritate me a lot.
Yeah,
Besides
sorry.
her long-winded name and her anger issues. Yeah, that also made me
Freya,
angry.
born in fire.
Oh my god.
Truth bringer.
Yeah.
Blah,
Bell
blah, blah.
ringer, world ender.
Hash slinging slash. Sorry.
I did it to Eric more than once, where I'd walk in and he'd game me and I'd be like, the slash slinging slash made it to King Nebuchadnezzar here. And he's like, are you still in Halasar? And I'm like, I don't know, I think it's Halsar. And he's like,
At least I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so they cover her up, and it turns out her hand they did heal it, but it's ugly, which she's upset about.
Yeah.
She wakes up, her hand, the pain is gone, but it is ugly. Ugly and partially numb. Snorri is there, and he's like, we need to test to make sure that you can call that magic when your life isn't threatened, essentially. Because he's wanting her to use her as like a political weapon. And so she does call Helen again. It does work. And he's like, perfect, weddings today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And so she's all dolled up, and Yolva insists on giving her gloves to hide her ugly hand.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. We're Vikings and we're worried about an ugly hand?
Yeah, wouldn't
Aren't
that
you
have
all
made you more
scarred
like?
up?
Wouldn't that have made you more valuable? Because like, oh yeah, she's scarred up. Like
Yeah.
she's a true warrior.
And Freya is like very much like, I have to do this because my family's being held hostage. Her family's the worst.
Her family is the one that fed you to them so they can be cashed out by this. Like, I am so sick and tired of these girls who have shitty ass families.
Do you think that Snorri actually believed in the prophecy, or was he just power hungry?
Now you're getting it. There it is.
What did you think? You thought
I think he was scared of his witch wife. I think he was so scared of Yvla or whatever her name is that like he was like, sure, okay, honey, whatever you say. Like, you need me to be the most powerful. Like, I'm just a shrimp dick little man. Like, And so I genuinely think that all of this is actually that conniving witch. And she also wants her stepson and doesn't know what to fucking do about it. So she wants to make him mad. And yeah, there's...
Yeah, I guess we should mention that. Yolva is not Bjorn's mom.
Yes.
There was an affair that created Bjorn because he was married to Yolva at the time. And so Bjorn and his mom had to live out yonder, but he is the heir. But Yolva and Snorri also have a son who Bjorn and him are very close to, but she wants him to be the heir, but he's not because of Bjorn. Just kind of an FYI. So the wedding is on the beach. It's very quick. Snorri announces that about the prophecy and that Freya is the shield maiden, and kind of essentially is like, she's going to be our weapon to take over. Yolva then reveals that she is a Volva, which is a ruin witch, and forces Freya to have a blood tattoo ritual to mark her as the Helyn child. So any child of a god has some sort of marking on them so that everybody knows that they're the child of God, which is usually done when they're younger. And Yolva cuts into Freya's chest, and then she's like chanting witchy things. Isn't there another way? She's just a girl! Whoa! Literally, Bjorn in the back. She's just a girl! So then Freya is kind of... It's described as her literally being, like, torn. She's very violently
like,
torn.
spirit fingers ripping her around.
Yeah.
And she's like, ah!
Yeah.
And, like, I'm laughing now, but it was kind of like, oh,
it was tragic,
Jesus.
yeah. And then Bjorn ends up breaking the circle, right?
Yep.
Someone breaks the circle, yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's like, why would you do that? And he's like, because you're literally ripping her in half.
Yep.
And everybody's like, what you talking about? Mm-hmm. Like, nobody else saw that besides him.
That
and her.
was crazy.
Yeah. And then there is a shield on the back of her hand. So there's her tattoo. And then on her right hand, which is the yucky one, her right palm, there's another tattoo, but you can't really tell what it is. So
she got a twofer?
They essentially decides that because Bjorn can see this, he must be the one to protect her. Their fates must be intertwined.
And I was like, you're getting closer. Yes. Yeah. No, they're the ones that are supposed to be married, not you and Snorri. But I digress.
Are they, though? Are they?
We'll find out.
In my dreams.
Yeah,
anyway.
This is a double fantasy, okay? I'm in a fantasy within this fantasy.
That's fine. So then, after the wedding, they have this feast, and it's very awkward. The villagers don't trust her.
Yep. Everybody's side-eyeing her.
Yeah. So then we're introduced to Stenon, who is like a singer, essentially. So she goes around, but she has these abilities.
Right.
So she is the child of Bragi.
Oh, yeah,
so,
this girl.
Yeah.
I forgot
so
about
she
her.
approaches Freya and wants the true story of the ritual. So she wants it from Freya's perspective of what happened.
Right.
So she can create this song, and then when she sings, everyone can see it through her eyes.
So
it's
weird.
the weirdest thing.
So you're like a portable hologram player? Like,
yeah.
That's so weird.
So then Freya's like, don't really want to do that. Like, she's very protective of it. And she doesn't like this throughout the whole book. She's not a fan. She does not want to interact with this girl at all. Unless she absolutely has to or uses it as an excuse. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, Bjorn returns and he's getting cozy with this redhead and he's like laughing and smiling, and of course she's like, look, he just hates me.
Yeah.
Does get pretty jealous. She's annoyed, and partly because Bjorn gets to say no about helping her, not really, because he has to do it, or protecting her, where she feels like she has no choice in what. Like, they say that she's unfated, but she's not having much of a choice in anything.
Yeah, isn't it funny how it's always the ones that are, like, unfated or free or extra powerful that are the ones that are, like, chained down, attacked, and everyone's telling her what her fate is. And I'm like, wait a minute.
But she's unfated. Yeah. Anyway, Freya ends up going over to kind of confront him, and during that, he calls her out for wearing gloves, and like, I never thought you'd be ashamed of showing your scars, or you don't regret it, so why hide it, like what you've done. And that
he's
her scars,
successfully rage baiting her.
Yeah. Yes, he is. And her scars aren't ugly, they're honorable. So, he ends up kind of egging her on to take off her gloves, and she does, and she ends up throwing them into the fire.
Scandalous.
And then Bjorn jumps up on the table and then toasts to Freya, the shield maiden.
Toast to Freya, shield maiden, daughter of Iln, born in fire, ABCDFG. Like, God, anything else?
And then Snorri comes up and said, "It is time."
Yeah.
For the consummation of your marriage.
It is time for the bidding ceremony.
What? Yuck. Yuck. And then as Freya's kind of being led away to this really awkward situation, Bjorn tells her that not all scars are skin deep.
It's easy for you to say, I have to go bang your dad.
For real! Yo, okay, thanks for that. My hands aren't ugly. I gotta go. You're playing checkers? I'm fucking your dad.
I'm trying so desperately to hold these tears in.
Oh, facts. Freya is then brought into the bedchamber to seal the marriage, essentially.
This poor girl.
And she is very disgusted with the idea of this whole thing, reasonably so.
Right. I would so be like, just go to another place, go to your happy place, just go to your happy place.
Because not only does she have to do this, Yolva's in the room.
Yeah.
Homegirl's following behind.
Wifey came
Horrible.
to be a part of this.
Why? Because she won't have it. Yuck. Do you think... Okay, hold on. We'll wait for the end of this chapter. So then Yolva ends up, like, breaking down.
She's like, no, it's bad enough that you have to marry another woman. I can't watch you be with another one. Yeah, okay.
That's the gist of it there.
Yep.
Yeah. This was when it changed for me. Because then Snorri does, like, comfort her a bit and is like... You are the only one that I want, obviously. He does insist that is the only way to legitimize the marriage. And if anyone was to find out, then they would know that the marriage isn't official.
And again, Snorri, you're the one that's made up that she has to be your wife, bro. The only thing people tell, like...
Yolva then challenges it, pointing out that the prophecy says that he has to control her. Not that it has to have a marriage or that they have to have children.
Marriage.
Yeah. And then Freya's like, kids!
Yeah, So we're back to Snorri and comforting his wife, who he's pretending. And again, see, you read that. This is just a difference in readers.
Yeah.
You read that as, oh, wow, they are in love.
Yeah.
And I read that as, oh, wow, she is an insecure, controlling bitch that she knows that if Snorri starts banging her, that she's going to lose her grip on Snorri.
I did not catch that.
I am like dying on this hill that she
Yolva,
was the bigger villain than almost anyone else. Like, she's a problem.
That you know
You're
of.
a problem. You're a real problem.
I know, Susie. Anyway, so Yolva proposes kind of an alternative, essentially that they can do a blood oath that Freya cannot break, and she's to keep their secret and protect him. And Freya agrees and kind of sets her own condition that Snorri must never touch her. And she suggests kind of faking proof of the consummation happening, and then Yolva is essentially going to take her place so that people, if anybody walked by, think that something's going on. She's like gonna like just stand in the corner for a little bit, and she's like, no. And so she ends up, there is like an escape tunnel, which she goes while they do their business. And Freya goes outside. At the dock, she runs into Bjorn, and they're kind of talking, and then they hear a noise.
Poor family.
What's the noise?
11 roses.
It's oars.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of ships. So there's raiders that are coming. So then Freya and Bjorn try to warn everyone. Bjorn realizes immediately that it's not like a normal raid. They must be here for Freya. Because so now everyone's going to be after the shield maiden because of this prophecy. Bjorn orders Freya to hide and go warn Snorri. Snorri doesn't let her fight because he wants to keep her safe. Yolva insists to stay hidden while everyone battles away. Freya is pissed. She does spot a hole in the roof and grabs a bow and arrow, climbs up the rafter, and escapes from the roof.
Shimmies on up there.
She can see that things are burning. Bjorn is fighting like nothing she's ever seen before. What an animal.
Yes.
And then she also realizes that there is more people coming from a different side that they can't see. It's just kind of chaos. Some of the men come and they threaten to burn down the building with all the children in it.
Oh, great heavens.
Freya ends up
Not the children.
running and jumping on a different roof, and it collapses. And then Bjorn finds her, and she tells him that there's more people coming, and also there's a threat to burn the hall with all the children in. So then Freya proposes that they should light the ships on fire, because if they lose their retreat, they'll kind of abandon the attack.
Yes.
So they sneak on down, and they're swimming in the water, and it's very cold. And Freya ends up kind of pushing it too far. And
like one does. But she's
why burn one when you can burn all, right?
Yep. Fair enough.
She is caught. She's dragged into the water. She almost drowns. Bjorn saves her.
Tale as old as time. But
Yeah.
yes, Bjorn saves her again.
Help, help. And
That would be me backstroking. Help, I can't swim!
I'm falling and I can't get up. Anyway, it does work. The people then do withdrawal, and
They have a little moment out there on the sandbar, just the two of them.
Yeah.
Before everybody comes.
Because Bjorn she's so cold, and Bjorn
Shiver
holds
be
her
timbers.
and is like, his touch feels safe, and there's no ownership in it, and he's not commanding or demanding her. And
I'm a sucker for that.
then she's like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
Freya feels very guilty that a bunch of people have died, and that she feels like she's responsible for it.
Yes.
People kind of glare at her. They're not very happy with her, but also she did kind of get them out of this situation. So,
True.
yeah. Snorri summons Freya and Bjorn, and Ylva demands that Freya be punished for leaving when she wasn't supposed to. Bjorn turns it back on Ylva, saying, well, you were the one that was supposed to keep her there, so if anyone should be punished, it should be you. And Snorri's like, no, everyone chill out. And he announces that God's next command is that Bjorn is destined to protect Freya and train her, and remain at her side day and night.
I was very happy to hear about this turn of events. I was like, oh no!
Yeah. And Bjorn is like, no. And Snorri's like, well, then you can leave. You do it or you leave.
Ooh.
And so Bjorn agrees, but asks for...
Okay, fine. I'll watch the hot chick day and night. Yeah.
You want me to sleep in her bed or what?
Yeah, oh no. I mean, if you ain't gonna...
But
we look a lot alike. We can say the kid's yours, Dad. It's fine.
He does want one last night of freedom, so he's gonna go get drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Go be a hoe one last time.
Yeah. So then we have kind of the training. Freya waits for Bjorn to start her training.
He shows up late, hungover, like all the books always do.
And very resentful. And Liv explains that to her that Bjorn was kidnapped as a child by King Harold.
Yep.
Harold
Harold
of Nordaland and was held hostage for years, and his mother, who was a seer, was burned alive during the kidnapping. Ylva was handfasted to Snorri when Bjorn was conceived with another woman, and so, but Bjorn is still the heir, despite Ylva protesting about it because of their son.
So
Leif?
Bjorn is Jon Snow.
Yes.
I get it now.
But he is the heir, no matter if he is somebody else's
Even
child.
if he's a bastard.
Yeah. During training, it does turn very hostile. Bjorn kind of is mocking Freya and is clearly angry that he's essentially being bound to her. And she's like, which I think
Are you
in her
angry
mind,
or are you turned on?
no, I think in her mind, you're mad? You're mad
Yeah,
about this?
oh, poor baby. I'm the one that should be angry. I'm
For
the one that
real?
has no life. I'm the one that's getting treated like a pawn. Yeah, you
Literally.
poor prince.
Literally. I just had to marry your dad, okay?
Yeah,
you think
but
I wanted
trust
to
me,
do that?
You do not have the shaft of this situation.
For
okay?
real. Freya does snap back, and they kind of argue about fate and choices, and whether women are only worth protecting if they're a sexual option to him.
Oh.
Because he's obviously not happy with it. We end the chapter with Bjorn's brother, Leif. Leif?
Leif, whatever.
Whatever. We meet Leif. he's very uncomfortable with the tension. During this, there is a spy who's brought in, which, as they're like trying to pull off the thing, Bjorn sends his axe and cuts her head off. Because
ain't nobody got time for this.
Yeah, and Snorri is very furious about this on why they didn't interrogate her. And Leif does openly question whether Freya is worth the cost of this prophecy, because their people are dying. Snorri then announces the plan, which is that all the jarls, which are essentially like the rulers of the areas, are gathering at a place I'm not even going to try to pronounce, it's the Sacred Mountain, essentially. Fjaltender. Yep, thank you.
Mine was effing Magic Mountain for my notes.
Because they need to secure alliances, essentially. They're riding. She ends up seeing the hooded figure again.
She sees the Hat Man again.
But nobody else can see it. And then it does speak to her. It says, Freya must give a sacrifice on the mountain on the first night of the full moon, or her thread will be cut short.
Ew.
So Snorri tells them, this is a test. This guy's a little bit cuckoo bagoo.
Yeah.
And then...
that was really good. I don't think you've ever dropped that one yet.
And then they camp that night. And then as they're on the path, there's like bones everywhere. It's really creepy. Houses.
Big, scary mountain.
Yeah, the horses refuse to go any further.
Because it's full of the undead.
Bjorn explains the legend that warriors who stole from the gods became Drog, which are undead creatures.
Yep.
And he says you got to choose which way to go, which the Garden Southern path, which is like there's going to be an ambush, or you can go the Halahim path, which is where all the undead people are.
Which is pronounced hell no.
Yeah. And then so Freya chooses to go the undead path, and then Stenham is kind of sent away. And I don't remember how they got her to leave, but Freya doesn't trust her.
Oh, yeah. She like, look, I promise, we got to make sure you're... Yeah.
Yeah. So they enter the mountain. What happens inside this mountain? Essentially, it's a bunch of ambushes by these undead soldiers, but only... magic weapons work inside here, not mortal weapons. So she's she's got her shield, that's about it.
Yep.
Bjorn luckily does have his.
It was a great day to be with Daddy Bjorn, that's for sure.
So then they're like through this, and then there's the big bad, obviously.
The final boss.
Yeah, and Bjorn challenges him to a single combat, and but the Jarl, the person who's the king of this mountain place, says he can only do with mortal weapons. Bjorn is losing the fight. Freya realizes that these people are bound by that guy's curse. Yes. So if he dies, everyone's going to go with him.
Yes.
So she calls on Helen. She picks up Bjorn's axe because her hand is protected, and she kills him. Curse breaks. Everyone.
Loophole! I imagined like a cartoon. They just all disappeared in dust. And
yeah. And then Freya curses the rest of them to hell. H-E-L though. And they all go down. So they're tired. They take a nap in the tunnel. He keeps his axe going all night to keep her warm. They do leave the tunnel. And they are at Fjaltender.
Your guess is as good as mine.
And they reach the summit.
Sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of tension during this because Freya does realize that she's attracted to him.
Tension. I mean, Susie was tense.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And to get into this thing, I imagine it's like a bubble. They have to like submit to the gods. So Bjorn does try to bypass this, but he slams into the barrier. Because the gods are enforcing the rules. And then they discovered that there is a different Jarl waiting for them. And they're intending to ambush them if they can.
Scary.
Yeah. So they're like, well, what if we steal the robes and then we sneak through the gates instead? Hey, doesn't happen. But they're disguising themselves. So then they approach the gates. As, like, the attack is happening, Bjorn's fighting against them. Freya is, like, kneeling and doing the ritual. Bjorn ends up shoving Freya through, and then he's pretty badly wounded, but they make it. Snorri does arrive, and they kind of take out the rest of the forces. And then Freya shields Bjorn with Helm's magic. And then the arrows are bouncing off of him because he's injured. And then they're inside there.
They hop, skip, jump, found their way.
Yeah. Inside they meet King Harold of Norderland, who confirms that a lot of the Jarls want her dead to prevent Snorri from ruling. There's a lot of tension between Snorri and King Harold over Bjorn's kidnapping and the death of his mom. Anyway, so during the full moon, the ritual begins, and they all have masks, and there's drums, and there's this mushroom tea that Freya's made to take. And during this, she has to sacrifice a bull instead of, like, a small animal like everyone else had to.
Not just like a goat or a chicken.
Yeah. And a storm erupts after that happens. There's ravens in the sky.
Huge
and
storm.
All
this part,
the gods,
I remember reading this like, oh my God.
All the gods manifest in the crowd, and they're, like, watching her. And then Freya collapses. And then Snorri's like, the prophecy is validated!
God, that guy, it's true. Anything happens. My prophecy!
That night, she sneaks out and sees somebody talking about getting rid of someone. So she's convinced that Yolva is conspiring with Harold to eliminate Bjorn. Because everyone's like, where did he go? Oh! While they were in the little town. Wait, yeah? She has her mask on. They have a little makeout session in the forest. I totally forgot.
They have to hide from the guard because she can't get caught that she went out of her room. And so he's like, well, just come here. And you have to make it convincing. Yes.
So they have a little makeout session in the forest.
It was great.
Yeah. But then after that, he's like cold. And she's like, So on the journey back, Freya dreams of fire. She has a dream about it, and when they arrive back in Halzar, it's been destroyed.
Burnt to crisp.
Yeah. And Liv, the healer, is dead, among the others. Snorri does reframe it as an opportunity that it will be rebuilt, but to do that, they need to conquer Grindel, which is a different area with better housing, essentially.
Right.
Yeah. She has this moment of, like, we need to do this, and this big old speech, and people are like, oh, yeah. Bjorn takes off. He's like, whatever.
As one does.
Yeah. Freya wakes up with a headache after the celebration and learns that Bjorn guarded her tent all night, threatening anyone who tried to wake her, so she, like, slept in late. And she's very embarrassed about that and kind of ashamed, and she snaps at him when she sees him. And Bodil, who is a bad bee, essentially, and all of her army is women.
Oh, right.
So she does kind of tell her that... She was
cool.
Yeah, that, hey, I get what you're going for, but he did clean the vomit off your face last night, so...
like, maybe watch the way you speak to him.
Yeah. So she does, the night before, she had talked to Bodil, and they decide that she was going to start training with the women, so that way she can learn how to fight like a woman instead of like a brute force, essentially. Bodil gives her the salve for her hand, and it's like, Bjorn said you need to take this, and to loosen up her hand. And then the burning specter walks by again, and no one else can see them. So Freya ends up following them into the forest, where it leads her to a rune that's like carved in a tree. And
this was interesting.
It's like a vision, essentially, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And it reveals, she's like, then it has to be Yolva because she does ruin magic. And somebody's betrayed them. Yeah. There's a spy. And the ruin, like, vanishes after it's done its course, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a voice note. You didn't hit keep, so they played it and it's gone.
Yep. So Bjorn, she like turns around and Bjorn's there. So their conversation does get kind of emotional with like the confrontation about what happened. And Freya is like, well, it meant something to me, essentially. Mm-hmm. And then they almost kiss again, but then Freya stops it. Because what's Snorri going to do to her family? Oh my god. Shut up.
Here, I'll kill your family for you. Like,
yeah.
Don't worry about it. Here, I'll just take it off your plate.
Yeah. So back at camp, Freya reveals about the spy. There must be a spy and the specter. And Snorri kind of mentions something about Bjorn's mom being burned to death. And he wonders if that's her, essentially. And so then Bodil is the child of a god who she can, like, see the truth. So she knows if somebody's lying, essentially. And so Yolva denies that she was the spy. And Bodil confirms, like, that's the truth. So they're like, we need to ask everybody. But we need to get to Grindel immediately.
Okay.
Because it's over the mountains. So, over the mountain, they go. It's very cold and freezing. Freya falls into icy water. It's a test because she didn't fall on this rock that was 2 feet away from her. Bjorn does save her.
It was giving very much Jacob and Bella in the snowstorm.
Oh, were you? I didn't think of that. That's so funny.
I was having trouble because I'm like, this is my moment where I'm like supposed to be all swooning over him for keeping her alive, and I'm like, this is totally like Twilight.
Snorri is very enraged that Bjorn is helping her because this is her test, and her suffering is a divine test to see if she can make it through.
And he's like, she's not going to have any toes.
Yeah. Snorri refuses to light a fire because he doesn't want to risk them
Enemy forces.
Yeah. And Freya is just like, she's being kind of stubborn about it, but also at the same time, like, girl, you're going to lose your toes. Like, hey.
Yep.
Freya kind of is deteriorating, and Bjorn does question Snorri's, like, cruelty towards her in front of him. And then Freya also begins to question that. So that night, Freya almost dies from, like, exposure.
No big deal.
She slips into a vision where people are, like, arguing back and forth about it. And Freya wakes up and she is in agony. She feels like her limbs are going to fall off. As Bodil and a bunch of other warriors are kind of, like, trying to warm her. And and then she realizes, like, I don't have to do all these challenges on my own. Like, people can help me. A critical thinking moment.
There it is.
Yeah. And
there's that frontal lobe.
Bjorn promises to protect her always. Freya that night is like, well, what if I'm going to die tomorrow? I don't want to have any regrets. So then Freya, like, is, like, getting warmed up by Bjorn, and she's all scooching on back.
She's throwing it back.
Yeah, so, you know, they have a moment. They have a moment.
That's what we'll call it.
Surrounded by a bunch of other people.
Because that's hot.
This is what you got to do what you got to do. And then I think this is where he says, you are mine if only you and I know it.
Yes.
Like, that part. Stop it.
I don't care. I swoon.
Stop it right now. Yeah. I would like that part. Like, subscribe. Follow. Big fan. Freya does insist on fighting in this fight, even though her toes are frozen and she can barely walk. And so they are doing, like, a ramming motion where Freya's magic is, like, protecting the shield up top. And the other people are, like, dumping buckets of boiling water. Crazy. And at one point she does slip and her shield falls. And there is boiling water that kills several of the soldiers, including Bodil. So she, unfortunately, is
devastating.
And
this was an intense battle.
Yeah, this is where I was like, there she is. I needed a little bit of that.
Yep.
So Freya is consumed with rage, and she...
Bloodlust.
Yes, she is just like, going at it. She's killing anybody and everybody that she could see, and she can kind of hear Bjorn. No, she doesn't till the end.
Correct.
Because he's like, what is your problem?
Yep.
He ends up killing the leader of this area before Freya can. And Freya...
Because she walked right into the trap. The Jarl was like waiting for her at some stairs kind of thing, and she basically like... That was so intense.
Yeah.
Have fun reading that, readers. That's a good part.
Yeah.
Like
Bjorn is pissed at her, though. He's like, I was calling you. I had to protect you. You don't listen.
Do you think
your
he used
eyes
his
were
big
red?
Boy voice?
Huh?
Do you think he used his big boy voice?
Yes. Yes, I did. That vein was popping. And Bjorn warns that Snorri, like, controlling her like that will destroy her. Like, you can't let him do this to you. And there's like
you can't let him win.
Yeah. It gets into a whole moment of like, you can go down this path, but you don't have to. You are unfated. You can change your fate to do something else. But she doesn't feel like she really can. So she then becomes kind of isolated. She's very guilty about what happened. Stenham insists on writing a song about the battle. So that way she can spread it around the town so everyone can see that the shield maiden is like a weapon to use, essentially.
Got it.
She learns that Geir and Ingrid have come to Grindel, kind of effectively becoming hostages, essentially, in her eyes. So then she like goes there. Oh, she finds Bjorn by her door. He's been sleeping there. Stop it. Even if he's mad. Anyway, so she's like storming over to Geir and Ingrid's house, and Bjorn is following her. They get into a fight. Geir accuses Freya of being ungrateful and that she's unstable. And then Bjorn,
he called her a mad bitch, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bjorn defends her.
So done with
him. And then Freya kind of stops him and then is like, I'm washing my hands of this, essentially.
And
like,
of you.
Yeah, so she kind of walks away. Freya tells Bjorn that she's done fighting fate and intends to swear herself to Snorri as king, believing that this is the path that her mother saw. So Bjorn does beg her to leave with him, offering to abandon everything. Stop.
How could you not? I would be the most annoying main character ever. I'd be like, I'm like putty in your hand. Sure.
Freya
I'll go anywhere.
Does reveal that the marriage to Snorri is a lie and that she is technically untouched. She never consummated the marriage. Which I was like, interesting that she can tell him.
Yeah.
Anyway. But she, like, wants Bjorn to be, like, her little secret. And he's like, absolutely not.
I'll keep you my dirty little secret.
Yeah. And she does taunt him about, like, well, why don't you kill Snorri then and take care of it? Like, kind of pushes him. And then he notices that her eyes are red again. And kind of is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah.
He's like, you are not making sense right now.
Yeah.
Like,
and
you're crazy.
Freya does want to travel to see her mom to figure out, like, what is happening. And Bjorn is like, Snorri would never let you do that. But Yolva is actually the one who comes up with the plan to let them leave, which is interesting.
Wow, that was strange.
So she's like, is she secretly an ally? Or is there a different plan? Who knows?
Let's see.
So they ride over. They do see Freya's mom, who is the worst. She is the worst to Freya.
Yeah.
She does confront her mother about, like, never knowing about her life, essentially. And she reveals that Geir was dying as an infant.
And we were, like, really desperate. We loved your brother more than you. So, like, we prayed and did some Hail Marys to some other gods.
And then the god arrived and demanded to get in that business.
And said, how you doing?
And then vanished with Geir and took him. But then a second goddess appeared, Helene, who returned Geir and offered kind of a bargain. Freya would be born as Helene's vessel in exchange for Geir's life. So,
and they said, sure, we'll trade our unborn daughter for our piece of shit son.
Yeah. She does demand that Freya ends her relationship with Bjorn because she can see how he looks at her. And
Here's
then
me to her
Freya kind of snops
Snops right then and there. She's
Snaps.
like, you know what? I've had enough of your bullshit.
Yeah, and she's like, I've spent my entire life doing things for other people. I'm not doing that.
Yes, I loved this moment of like, wait a minute. Wait
Yeah.
a damn minute.
From the very beginning, I was a second choice. Like, absolutely not. And her mother hits her. Bjorn intervenes, and they kind of walk away. But then, as they're, like, going away, they see that...
enemy ships.
Yeah. Ships have arrived, and they're going to go to her mom. So she's like, I need to get back. I need to go and protect her. And Geir's like, no, you can't. Or Bjorn is like, no, you can't.
And she's like,
and stops her. And then Freya accuses Ylva of being behind it, because why else would she allow her to be sent off if these people weren't going to be here?
True.
But he says, you can't just come out and say these kinds of things without any proof.
Yeah.
So they do see that the lady comes and ends up killing her mom. She's like...
Kind of calls her like a backstabbing cowardice bitch, too, right before. So I did kind of like that.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah.
No. So she is like, well, I'm going to go confront Ylva about this because she did this. And she, like, takes off and leaves him there.
So something I would do.
Yeah. So she does arrive. She confronts Ylva publicly. She attacks her.
Yeah, they, like, fight in the middle of the square. This was an awesome fight.
Bjorn arrives just in time,
As he
obviously.
does.
Snorri intervenes. Freya accuses Ylva of betraying her plans. And Ylva denies everything, insists that Bodil vouched for her
really
truth.
wasn't me.
Snorri admits that the accusations are compelling, but refuses to condemn her without proof. Okay. So, before kind of things escalate, word arrives that Harold's forces have landed and demand that Freya surrender. So it's all very chaotic. Snorri refuses. Bjorn kind of argues that we cannot win this battle. Like, end all be all,
True.
we will all die.
Yes.
And Snorri kind of accuses Bjorn of kind of questioning his loyalty, if he's loyal to him.
Yeah.
And then Bjorn openly defies against him, declaring that Snorri is unfit to control Freya's fate. And Freya chooses to leave instead, but then Snorri reveals that Ingrid's been taken as hostage, and Geir reveals that Ingrid is pregnant.
Please, Freya, sacrifice yourself again for me.
Freya agrees to fight. So Harold does offer peace if Freya surrenders, but Freya refuses. They have Tora, who attacks with lightning, but Freya has her shield. She rebounds it. It does kill people, but not the soldiers. Good or bad there. Yeah. That's for moral court there.
Yeah.
And then she kind of realizes that she's becoming destruction. Like, she's becoming a problem because she's killing people. So Freya drops her shield and she runs and she jumps from a wall into a river. And Bjorn follows her.
Yeah, they both jump in the river. This was, I was reading so fast. I was like, oh my god, and then, oh my god, till the end.
So Freya survives the waterfall.
They go flinging over this huge deadly waterfall.
Obviously, she has her protection.
Yep.
Duh. Bjorn pulls her to safety and is like, well, everyone believes that you're dead now, which ends the war. And no one hunts the dead, essentially.
Correct.
So they flee because they're free. Bjorn renounces kind of the vengeance for his mother and is like, we won't do it anymore. I choose you and a future with you instead.
Love.
Bjorn kind of opens up. So he's like, we'll go here. And it ends up being around the area where him and his mom grew up. So, like, his refugee. And Bjorn kind of starts describing, like, a life with her and being free from everything and having kids. And Freya opens up to him. as you may say.
One might say.
as you might say.
They have a very special moment in the magical cave.
There's like a cave. At least they got in the water, I guess, because I'm like,
Burr.
You've been... Sorry, I always think like Viking days, anything fantasy, you've been on a horse for 4 days. Sorry, what?
I'm like, that's why, yeah.
Yuck.
Like, we're... Yuck! Like, I don't care how chiseled and delicious looking you are.
Yeah.
Wash your ass.
Yeah, for real. For real. Matter of fact, I'm packing soap. Yeah, I always think that.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
After this, Freya kind of wakes up and she does feel guilt for leaving the people there. Bjorn insists that, the people will survive without you. And there's like a disconnect there where she's like, do you even, like, who do you see yourself as, essentially?
Oh, right.
And Freya kind of presses him about the past and where his loyalty lies. And Bjorn is very invasive, insisting that they leave immediately. Aww. And Freya threatens to return if he won't tell her everything. And she storms out of the cave. And she comes face to face with King Harold.
Interesting.
Who is revealed that Bjorn is a Nordlander and has been allied with him for years, and even calls King Harold Dad, which is crazy.
I love this.
Freya realizes that Bjorn was the one who was the traitor in all of this, not Ylva.
Which, like, is he really a traitor, though? Because, like, Freya, why are you siding with Snorri and, like, this lady? I do understand, but I don't. And I was just frustrated.
Yep. Because she's been taught that that's the enemy.
Right.
So, in all fairness. And Bjorn admits that he withheld the truth from her.
Yeah, I didn't lie. I just kind of didn't, like, tell you everything.
And that to protect Nordland, and believes that Freya could choose a different fate if she was removed from Snorri.
Yes.
Harold claims that Bjorn has saved Freya's life repeatedly and insists that Bjorn had never intended to kind of deliver her to him. And Freya feels really betrayed and enraged. She curses them all to Helheim.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then, so, like, black roots come up and it kills all of his warriors instantly. And then Harold realizes that Freya is not merely Helin's vessel, but she's
not
also
just one,
Hel's daughter,
but two,
born of two gods.
You get two gods in one crazy bitch.
Yeah. And then Freya flees in horror, and she runs into Sinem, who reveals herself as one of Harold's agent and drugs Freya into unconsciousness. When Freya awakens, she's bound on the boat sailing for Nordland. Harold claims he won't force her to fight, but intends to convince her to do it for him. Mm-hmm. Freya attacks Bjorn. She's furious. She's calling him a traitor.
Okay.
Escapes by jumping into the sea. Bjorn follows after her.
Yeah.
And finally tells him the truth that Snorri, not Harold, tried to kill his mom. And his mom is actually alive, and she's in Nordland. And the specter was kind of like a fake thing.
That was
to kind of guide her there, essentially.
That was so insane.
Yep. So Bjorn begs Freya to just meet her and learn the truth before judging him. And although she's pissed off and devastated, she stops resisting and allows herself to be taken.
Thank God.
To Nordland, where answers await, and her fate is no longer decided by Snorri.
Haha.
And that's the end.
There you go.
So, coming back to our conversation earlier, it was Snorri who tried to kill the mom.
Good job. You had it.
Woo! That's it. That's the story. Okay, Fancast.
Fancast.
What's Fancast, Susie?
Fancast is if we were going to make this book a movie or a series, who would we cast as the characters?
Yep.
Okay.
Freya?
I had Millie Alcock, whatever. I watched her in Sirens most recently. Here you go.
I have seen. I know exactly where she's from. That's an excellent pick. I didn't even think of that.
I
That's an
was
excellent
so
pick.
afraid. I was like, I don't know. This might not be a very good one. Like,
Because I watch House of Dragon.
it's good, huh?
I've seen my girl.
You're gonna like
I've
another
seen
one of
girl.
my picks then.
So I did Freya Allen, and she's from The Witcher, and she's Nordic.
She's very pretty too.
Yes, and her name's Freya. I was like,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Okay, Bjorn. Mine's very niche.
Okay.
Well,
mine is not, but it's
my picture of it.
Mine is very specific.
Okay.
This is the photo that I was thinking of for Bjorn.
Agreed.
So,
I need this photo.
I will text it to you.
Yes, me too.
So I had Henry Cavill because no one else is actually like symmetrical enough or funny enough, perfect, and specifically like this age range when he was curly haired a little bit more. So that's what I had.
Send the photo right now.
Got it.
What that? Capital?
Because the only other one I wanted to use, I've used too many times, and it was gonna start to look creepy. Like, what's your obsession with Christian Hogue? But like, he would have been perfect for that
But
as
also,
well.
Henry Cavill, I think this is the third or fourth time you used him.
Exactly, but everybody loves him and knows who he is. I feel like nobody knows who the other guy is, so it looks less creepy.
Okay. Mine's a super niche thing here.
Okay,
My pick was Noah Centineo. Hear me out.
no problem.
He is in the new Street Fighter movie. They just had a premiere for
Oh,
it.
you sent me this, right?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, it was
Let me
perfect.
just show you this quick little edit here.
Perfect.
So the long hair.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got like the tank top on. I'll send you
perfect.
a picture. I'll send you the edit too if you
I'm
want
gonna say,
that.
come on.
It was a very specific
Yep.
look he had. He had the little bit of long hair. Yep. So that was
Yep.
my Bjorn. Okay. Who else? Did you do Snorri?
Oh yeah, I did Snorri.
Let's hear it.
I'm sorry to this actor because I love him, but I did Ethan Hawke
Fair.
because I thought he could play a little psycho pretty well.
Valid. I did Mads Mikkelsen.
Good choice.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good.
Good choice.
I tried to look for people who had that look of like Nordic history, minus Bjorn. Because
Yeah.
I was like, this
get it.
needs to be a little bit different breed here.
I get it. I tried very hard not to just go on the Vikings cast and just cast everyone.
I've never seen that.
Well, you should.
Fair.
All I'm saying, the plot is amazing. Clearly, yeah.
Yeah, the plot, Susie. Did you do Yolva?
Oh, of course. I did Olivia Cook from House of Dragon.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I did Eva Green. So she's in quite a few things, but she
Yeah, I
always
could
plays like the witchy
Yeah, she could do it for sure.
gal. Who else did you do?
I did King Harold as Alex Pettifer. However the
okay.
fuck you say that last name. Pettifer.
I did from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Jamie from Game of Thrones.
Yes!
Nicolaj Coster.
He'd have been great.
'Cause I was like,
I love him
I
so
know
much.
this man is
I love
gonna
him
be
so much.
like a nice guy. He's probably with the mom.
Yep.
Oh, he's with the mom.
Duh.
Duh.
Yeah.
That's why he's calling him daddy. And so he's gonna be a good guy. He needs to look like
A good guy.
a good guy, but
Yep.
like maybe you don't trust him.
Yep, and
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah. Did you cast anybody else?
I did the brother, Bjorn's brother. I did,
Leaf?
I did Noah Schnapp. Because
fair.
I think he would play it pretty well.
Yeah. I did Stenham, the song lady. I did
Okay.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Good choice.
Yeah, I thought that was good. I was a
would've
big fan
been
of that.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Did you do anybody else?
No.
Okay. That's it from us. Hope you liked it. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. I'm very curious to know.
Yeah. And if you're going to read The Bridge Kingdom, please let me know
Yes.
how it goes.
Yes, keep
Also,
us
let me know
posted.
if you read this, but
Yeah, both of them. All
Yeah.
of the above.
yeah.
Just keep
I'm
us
deep
in
into the
loop.
Bridge Kingdom right now.
It's
so,
really good.
Yeah. Anyway,
Share.
subscribe,
Follow.
comment.
Yes.
Let
thank
us
you.
know.
Yeah, all the things.
Yeah.
Come talk to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to get to know you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.